Wait, that's confusing. So a cinephile is someone who loves movies, but a pet lover is an animal lover. That doesn't sound good either. Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Jeff Stoltzfus, that's Kevin, and this is Fantasy FUSBALL. Today we're talking about sleepers. That's nice. I'm going to give you 5 players at every position that might just save you tookus. So, let's get weird. To be clear, these are not people that you target in your drafts. I know, you want the best of everything. You got Lambo dreams and a Honda Civic budget. What I'm going to do today is provide some perspective on some late round guys who might just outperform their ADP. I'm not going to give these in order of my preference. This is more in order of how they fall in drafts. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Washington football team. So fresh off the boat from Beardtown, USA, this is the best quarterback they've had in Washington in a while. He's 38 years old. He's not going to get his lunch taken by some cocksure young rookie. He's got nothing left to lose. I really like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's got a good coach in Ron Rivera. His weapons are Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Adam Humphries, Logan Thomas, not to mention rookie Diami Brown. Plus he's got running backs who are very good at catching the ball in Antonio Brown and J.D. McKissick. Fitzpatrick might be reckless from time to time, but he's gonna air it out and you could do worse. Number 4, Trey Lance, San Francisco 49ers. Some people think that he could sit all year. I don't think that is the case. In fact, I think he'll be on the field very soon. It doesn't have to be an indictment of Jimmy G. He could just be that extra spark that they're looking for that they drafted. So let's get him on the field. My expectations for Trey Lance? Running. A lot of running. He did it in college. A lot. I saw it on tape. Things broke down, or he just saw an open space. He took off. I would think that he would run a little more than Josh Allen, but not as much as Lamar Jackson. There's going to be broken plays, extended plays, goal line action. I think Trey Lance is worth stashing. You can't play him right away, obviously, because you don't know when he's going to start. But you got to grab him, you got to keep him and be ready for him, because others are going to do the same. Cam Newton, New England Patriots. Cam is the starter for now, and we all know Mac Jones is coming. He will probably start to outplay him very soon. However, I bet you can get at least a month out of Cam. Quite honestly, I think the Patriots are going to squeeze the ever-living life out of Cam before they yield to Mac Jones time. Last year, Cam Newton had 12 goal line rushing touchdowns. Is he going to have that many this year? No, because he's not going to play the whole season, but I bet he has a few in September. So he could be worth starting in some leagues. Cam might give you a good September, and that's it. Then he's back to the bench where he's wearing silly hats and eating all the Oikos yogurt he can handle. Maybe a good plan would be to grab Trey Lance and Cam Newton, and if you're lucky and it times out just right, you look like a genius. Or if it doesn't, you look like a big stupid idiot. Carson Wentz, Indianapolis Colts. Is Carson Wentz ready to start week 1? Hell no! Hell no! Come on, man. But I'm going to stick with my convictions and say that he's going to have a good year when he comes back. He's in the right place for a comeback. He's got Coach Frank Reich, who I believe in. His weapons are Michael Pittman, T.Y. Hilton, Paris Campbell, Jack Doyle, Mo Alley Cox. Running backs Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, and Nyheim Hines. It's a good offense. There's plenty of playmakers to go around there. He just has to not be broken all the time. Typically, Carson Wentz finishes the year around 15th, and I think he could get back to that again this year. But watch the news on Carson, and he's not a stash. Just keep apprised of the situation there. Sam Darnold, North Carolina Panthers. That's right, North Carolina. South Carolina gets nothing. Nothing. Sam Darnold sucked last year. He was haunted by ghosts, he kissed mono, he was victimized by Mr. Googly Eyes. But I still think he can be a starter. He's gonna get a fresh start in Carolina. And with the right coaches, which they seem to have, Matt Rule turned around Temple and Baylor. He's not afraid of a reclamation project, so have at it with Sam Darnold. Also, offensive coordinator Joe Brady is highly thought of. He's got weapons in DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrence Marshall, and Dan Arnold. Dan Arnold. Sam Darnold to Dan Arnold. I feel like there's a code there. Plus, he's got Christian McCaffrey there to take the weight off of him or to dump off passes to. Sam Darnold could easily go from worst to middle. Running backs. If you're the sort who likes zero RB, there is a plethora of options for you here. Trey Sermon, San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is a crafty son of a gun, and he's got plays for days. He'll involve all of his running backs at some point this year. However, I believe Sermon will establish a role in this offense from the jump. Sermon was a third-round pick. He had good production at Ohio State. He's best described as relentless. He's not especially fast, but he just keeps hitting it. If he gets the volume of carries, which I think he will, he's gonna have serious value. Number 4. Another rookie worth getting on board with is Michael Carter. Drafted in the 4th, he's kind of like a discount Devonta Freeman. This is a pretty crowded but mediocre running back room, and there's no reason to think that Michael Carter can't ascend to the top of it this year. The only question is how much usage is he going to get and how much are they going to run, because they've got a rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson. Typically, you'd want to take some of the pressure off your QB in his rookie year by running the ball a ton, but now you've got a rookie as a running back as well. Probably a lot of running backs are going to touch the field this year for the Jets, but I still believe that Michael Carter is going to be the one to own. Not only is he going to be the best talent, but also, if they fall behind, he's got the pass-catching skills, I believe, to not get games scripted out. Number 3, A.J. Dillon, Green Bay Packers. There's no doubt that Aaron Jones is the man in Green Bay, but they didn't take A.J. Dillon in the 2nd last year just to watch from the sidelines. Jamal Williams is gone. They're going to use Dillon this year a lot. He's a big bad dude, and he's not just a thumper. He's got real speed and good hands too. He can fit in any down role. We saw him pass catch last year and go to the house. He's very capable. Even if Jones stays healthy all year long, I have full confidence that A.J. Dillon is going to have independent value this year. In fact, my highest conviction of any running back in this entire list is A.J. Dillon. I would run, not walk, to get all the shares of him that you can. Number 2, Rashad Penny, Seattle Seahawks. From my highest conviction to probably my lowest. Chris Carson gets hurt a lot. It's true. But so does Rashad Penny. Penny was drafted for a reason, though. He's a good runner. He's got size and 4.4 speed. Seattle is a run-heavy team, though, so probably he's going to get on the field at some point. So the question is really, when is Penny going to touch the field and for how much? Without a Carson injury, I would probably guess that Penny is not especially valuable this year. But the likelihood of Carson getting hurt is extremely high. So maybe he's worth a stash. Number 1, Xavier Jones, Los Angeles Rams. Xavier Jones is an undrafted free agent from last year, and I like him. Cam Akers is hurt, Malcolm Brown is with the Dolphins now, and Jones is the number 2 on the team. The only thing in front of him is Darrell Henderson. Problem is, Darrell Henderson is good, and the Rams really seem to want to lean on him. However, I don't think Henderson is durable enough to take all the snaps every game. They're going to mix Xavier Jones in to spell Henderson. They're going to have to. Jones is worth a look late in drafts. Today is not sponsored by your mom. She squoze you like fresh OJ out of her hoo-hoo hole. Or maybe you were cut out like bacon. Or you were adopted. She picked you from a collection of dossiers, like how witnesses look at mugshots of murderers, sweating, fearful for their lives. Whatever, she loves you. Probably. Maybe give her a call sometime. Unless she's dead. I mean, I guess you could have a seance. Number 5. Ooh, sorry. Ha! Darnell Mooney, Chicago Bears. Darnell Mooney is legit good, and it's not a secret anymore either. Last year, if you were watching, the awesome quarterbacks of Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles were missing him on a lot of deep balls. Mooney beat his man, or his men. He could have had a much better rookie season if they just hit his hands, the things he catches with, because it would have been a good year. It was an okay year. But now he's got Andy Dalton. He's got Justin Fields. His role in this offense is secure. It's going to grow. It's going to get bigger and better. I'm in on Darnell Mooney, and you should be too. Number 4, Marvin Jones, Jacksonville Jaguars. DJ Chark and Laviska Shenault are the new hotness, but Marvin Jones is the best wide receiver on this team. He's the experienced vet. A rookie like, what's his name? Ding Dong? Not Ding Dong. Ding Dang? Ding Dang Dong. What is his name? Trevor Lawrence. A rookie like Trevor Lawrence is going to look for a vet like Marvin Jones. He's going to be his security blanket because he's going to have the confidence of him. He's going to have the confidence in him, which sounds gross. Expect all 3 wide receivers to finish probably about the same, actually. And in that case, why wouldn't you take the cheapest option, which is Marvin Jones? You can get him 2 rounds later than Shenault and Chark. Plus, I don't think any of them have the wide receiver one upside in Jacksonville that Marvin Jones does. What if he builds an amazing rapport with, what's his name? With Trevor Lawrence. Buy the cheapest option. We're looking for bargains here. Number 3, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Cleveland Browns. So Odell Beckham Jr. is back, and Jarvis Landry is still there. Yeah, there's a lot in front of him, but Peoples-Jones has the upside of a wide receiver one. He was taken in the 6th round, not because he was bad, but because he had some concerns, character concerns. And also, his college production didn't really match what his potential was. So people were kind of like, huh? The other knock against him is this is a run-first team, but I do believe that eventually he will be the guy in Cleveland. Number 2, Van Jefferson, Los Angeles Rams. Jefferson is a fantastic route runner. He was a 2nd-round draft pick. Not a lot of hype on him this year, and that's good for you. Granted, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Deshaun Jackson are all in front of him, but Matthew Stafford. I mean, he's gonna throw the ball. And Josh Reynolds is gone. I am not at all afraid of rookie Tutu Atwell. Van could be the 3rd wide receiver this year. In the long run, he's probably insurance or the eventual replacement for Kupp or Woods, really. There is value to be had here. Number 1, Quez Watkins, Philadelphia Eagles. I have been hyping Quez Watkins all summer long. Quez Watkins was a 6th-round rookie last year. He didn't get a ton of work in his rookie season. You could blame some of that on head coach Doug Peterson. You could blame that on Carson Wentz sucking. The few times he was on the field, he looked pretty good, actually. The other problem with his rookie season was he was the 3rd wide receiver drafted last year. There was Jalen Reagor in the 1st. There was John Hightower, I think, in the 4th. So by the time you get down to your 6th-round rookie, how hard are you pushing to get him into a game? But he's got 4.3 speed, and the word is he's improved on his route running a lot this offseason. Some have gone so far as to say he's the 2nd-best wide receiver on the team, and I will buy into that. I think people are misunderstanding what the depth chart is going to be for the Eagles this year. Currently, it's Devonta Smith, Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, Greg Ward, and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You can get rid of Arcega-Whiteside, you can get rid of Greg Ward, and I think Travis Fulgham is limited this year in his usage. The comp for Quez Watkins is Dede Westbrook, and I don't like it. I don't understand it. I've never heard anyone compare this player to him, but my question is, why not Will Fuller? Will Fuller is the same size, has the same speed, same metrics pretty much all the way around the board. Maybe we should start looking at Quez Watkins as Will Fuller light. And Fuller is going 4 rounds prior to Watkins. So for tight ends, I'm only giving you 4. And I'll tell you why at the end. Shoot, I'll just tell you now. I didn't find 5. Number 4, Adam Troutman, New Orleans Saints. Is Adam Troutman this year's Robert Tonyan? Troutman has the size, speed, hands, the hype. Troutman is actually going 2 rounds later than Tonyan. And that makes sense because Aaron Rodgers. But Troutman's on the rise. And honestly, once you get past that first tier of tight ends, kind of everybody's got about the same chances. I mean, would you want Mark Andrews? Sure. But 5 rounds later, you could have Adam Troutman. The case for Adam Troutman with the Saints is there is a thin wide receiver core this year with Michael Thomas being hurt. Troutman could get all the red zone looks. In fact, the only real problem I have with Troutman is not his ability or his opportunity. It's just the QB. Is it Winston? Is it Taysom Hill? Just because one hits him a lot doesn't mean the other one's going to. So my fear is things are going great for Troutman, but maybe not the team, and somewhere along the line, they make a change. How does that affect Troutman and his production? Number 3, Cole Kmet, Chicago Bears. I do love Cole Kmet. He is the best a man can get. He's got an improved QB situation, just like I talked about before with Darnell Mooney. And honestly, once he gets Fields, which has already shown a connection in preseason, I think things are going to be awesome. Kmet's going to get those end zone looks. He's going to be hard to bring down. He's a load. I expect Cole Kmet's involvement in the pass game to grow a lot this year. And honestly, he's my favorite late-round tight end. Number 2, Blake Jarwin, Dallas Cowboys. So Blake Jarwin was hyped pretty good last year, and then he got injured. He tore his ACL. Dalton Schultz came in, did pretty good, but I've watched the tape, and it's Jarwin. All the hype that was building last year, just drop it in your lap for this year. I think he's going to be the guy that Dak Prescott is throwing to in the end zone. And you want that. If Dak is back and everything's cooking in Dallas, Blake Jarwin is going to be a very large part of that. Get some Jarwin. Number 1, Dan Arnold, Carolina Panthers. Arnold was undrafted in 2017, and he was actually a wide receiver that the Saints converted to tight end just because Kobe Fleener was out, I believe, and they needed some more tight end help. So they said, come on over here, Dan. You could make the team as a tight end. And he said, I like money. He's new to Carolina this year. This is his 3rd team since entering the league. But he's a pass-catching tight end. He's getting praise in camp. He seems to own the starting job at this point, and he's building rapport with Sam Darnold. The downside to Dan Arnold is this could be a run-heavy team, and they have 3 good wide receivers. He might not get a lot of volume, but he's good, he's a pass catcher, and Darnold may be looking for him. So why isn't there 5 on this list? Quite honestly, I thought about adding Seattle's tight ends to this list, but I couldn't decide whether it was Gerald Everett, who I thought would get all the pass-catching work and the volume, or Will Dissly, who would probably be getting all the big touchdowns. And ultimately, I just looked at their draft position and decided that they're not sleepers. They're probably going to eat into each other's potential, and honestly, they're being drafted where they should be. So those are sleepers at every position. I hope I gave you a little something to consider. Thanks for watching Fantasy Foosball, and we'll catch you next time. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Ding dang, ding dang dong. What is his name? Trevor Lawrence. Clap.